All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. It is the weekend, so I want to bring you guys up to date on the progress in the 10K to 100K challenge. This is week 6, so this is our 6th weekly update. So I'm going to take us through the portfolio, take a look at what the stock market did this week, take a look at what our portfolio did this week, and see where things are at. So please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, please smash the like button if you like this video, and feel free to drop a comment below. So a brief history of the 10K challenge. We started a challenge at the beginning of 2022. So this is the 6th week. We put $10,000 cash into an account, and we're going to take that $10,000 and invest it over the course of the year and see what we can turn it into. So we've set several goals for the challenge. For those of you who have been following along, you'll know what they are, but let me just summarize them real quick for any new viewers. So the first challenge, the simplest thing, is we want to make money. And now this is a 2022 challenge. We're looking to go from 10K to 100K. We do not expect to get to 100K in 2022. Step 1 is we want to be profitable. And step 2 is we're comparing ourselves to the 4 major indexes, the 2 major precious metals, and the 2 biggest cryptocurrencies. So when we get to the chart, you'll see what all those are. It's our expectation that we should be able to beat all of those other places to invest your money. This is not a high risk formula that we're using. This is mostly a buy and hold. There is some swing trading, but there's no day trading in this. This is more of an investment exercise so that I'm able to follow along with you guys throughout the course of this year and beyond as to, my thought process in buying and selling and holding stocks. So with that said, let's take a look at the week. All right, the first thing I want to take a look at is Friday. So here's Friday's results. Unfortunately, Friday, the Fed announced an emergency meeting for Monday, and the market had a very negative reaction to that. So you'll see the S&P was down 1.9%, the Dow was down 1.4%, the NASDAQ was down 2.78%. That seems to be the most volatile lately, and that got hit the worst. The Russell was down 1%. All of the indexes had a bad day. Bitcoin had a bad day. So Friday was a rough day. And when we get to my portfolio, I'm going to show you how that did on Friday, because Friday was a very rough day for the portfolio. However, this is just another reminder that we're not looking at this from day to day. On these down days, we're looking for opportunities potentially, because most of my positions are buy and hold. So when the stock goes down, I haven't lost any money if I'm not selling the stock, and I still believe in my thesis that the stock is going to go up over time. So that's part of a buy and hold strategy, and most of the stocks in the portfolio are small cap, high growth stocks. That is what we focus on this channel, and in particular, we focus on the Bitcoin miners and the small cap EV stocks, not all of the big dogs that most people are used to talking about. There are a lot of very small cap EV stocks that have been beaten down 80 or 90%, and I see some opportunity in those. So it may take a bit, and they may get worse before they get better. So I try to say that every week. Okay, so that's what the market looked like on Friday. Let me show you what's in my portfolio, and then I'll show you how my portfolio did on Friday. Okay, so you'll see these are the items in my portfolio. It's 10 of 10 positions, one of which I will tell you are puts on Bitfarm that are only worth about $10. The $2.50 puts were trading for 2 cents. I don't like to do a lot of hedging if it's very expensive, but for 10 or 12 bucks, I grabbed it. So again, that's not really a material position. So I really have 9 positions, and I really have 8 stocks because I have a position in Bitfarms as well as an option in Bitfarms. And it is because I doubled down in Bitfarms that I decided to buy those puts as protection in the case of an emergency. So the list as you see it is ranked from my largest position to my smallest position. So CleanSpark has moved into the largest position. CleanSpark had a very good week. So I did do some swing trading on CleanSpark. CleanSpark had been getting beaten down very badly. I've talked a lot about how I believe that's the most oversold Bitcoin miner. So I grabbed some shares of that on Monday, and I had what I would call an oversized position for my portfolio, just because I thought it was so overly beaten down. So it was my intention to make that oversized for a period of time, and when it got a boost, to sell. CleanSpark reported earnings this week, and it turns out that they had a very good earnings call, and on Wednesday of this week, I believe it was Wednesday, CleanSpark was up at one point in the day. It was up over 25%. So I did sell the positions that I had bought on Monday. So the intention of that was to be a swing trade. And again, technically it was not a day trade. It was 3 days later. But I very rarely make that short term of a trade. But when one of your stocks is up 25% in one day, as much as I felt it was oversold to begin with, that fast of a run up, usually you'll experience a pullback. And of course, there was a big pullback. By the end of that day, it was up 11%, and then it was down the rest of the week. So it still did leave CleanSpark as my largest position because Bitcoin had a decent first half of the week and a tough end of the week. So you can see I have CleanSpark and Bitfarms as my two largest positions. And again, I want to reiterate, there's not a very big difference from my largest position to my smallest position of stocks. Obviously, that does not include my options, which tend to be a smaller position. But the rest of these are very similar. CleanSpark is now the largest. Bitfarms is the second largest. The next two, Arrow and Romeo, are small cap EV stocks. After that, it's Hut, which is another Bitcoin miner. And then Curiosity Streams, which is a small cap high growth online streaming company. Nano Dimension and Immersion are my last two positions. And again, those are small cap high growth companies. And those are cutting edge technology companies. I added no new stocks to the portfolio this week. I did buy the dip a little bit on a few of my positions. And as I told you, I bought some CleanSpark and then sold it for a quick gain. Let me show you what this did on Friday, because Friday was very bad for the market and it was a bit of a train wreck for the portfolio. My stocks were all down fairly dramatically, 6.5%, 8.88%. The best thing in my portfolio was down 2.42%, but you can see altogether, and then of course the options have a much more drastic reaction. They were down 22%. Again, that's my smallest position really, so that didn't really hurt me too badly. And I'm still up overall on these options, so I didn't even really add to them because it wasn't really a buying opportunity. So you can see my portfolio dropped 6 or 7% in total just on Friday. So that was a rough day. But again, all of these stocks I still have confidence in. I'm not getting rid of any of them, and I still have the same level of conviction. I do have several on my watch list that inched a lot closer to a buying opportunity on Friday. With an emergency Fed meeting on Monday, it is quite possible we're going to get a buying opportunity if Monday is a rough day. So we don't know what's going to come out of that meeting. We've got some geopolitical stuff that's putting pressure. So I won't be surprised if there's a little downward pressure. However, the market never ceases to amaze me. It has up days against all odds. So we're just going to have to wait and see what Monday brings. Okay, so here's a summary of the account as of the end of the day Friday. You'll see net assets are $8,854.02. And down at the bottom, you'll see available for withdrawal. That is the cash that I have. That's $2,953.82. So again, I'm trying to leave myself around $3,000 still on the sidelines because I'm not into all my positions fully. Remember, this was only week 6 of the challenge. So this is a longer term thing. So you can see here, I lost $477 on Friday. So the portfolio took a big hit on Friday, which we talked about. However, when we go to the chart, you'll see we still actually had a good week and moved up. So moving in the right direction, lots of room to go. Let's go to the chart and see where everything finished on the week. So we'll start with what we did this week. Last week we were in 8th place. And so we had a decent week, even though Friday was such a disaster. We were still up on the week, so we actually made up some ground. I think we made about $300 this week. We made over $700 last week, so we ended up at $8,854. So we're down 11.46% on the year. That just barely puts us ahead of the NASDAQ, so we did pass one thing this week. And remember, our goal is to finish first out of all of these. So we've got a lot of ground to make up. But we're not going to try to make it up in 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We've got a plan. I'm going to stick to the plan. Over a 52-week period, we should be able to beat all of these, and hopefully by quite a bit. So I'm going to start from the top. You'll see that the two best performers year to date are silver and gold, and they're just marginally up. You'll see the percent change year to date. You'll see those two numbers are green. This is the first time anything's been up year to date all year. And they're just barely up 1.9% and 1.3%. And then the Dow, which tends to be a little calmer than the rest of everything else, that's down 4.4%. So silver and gold were up this week. The Dow was down a little bit this week. Bitcoin jumped from 7th place to 4th place. It had, despite Friday being a rough day, it had a very good week. So Bitcoin is now only down 5.65% for the year. We jumped up from down about 14.5% to down about 11.5%. And the NASDAQ went in the wrong direction. The NASDAQ was down a couple percent on the week. And Ethereum actually had a really good week, but it's still in dead last. It's had a tough year. So overall, gold stayed in first place. Silver moved up to 2nd place. And the big mover of the week was Bitcoin from 7th place to 4th place. And we managed to move from 8th place to 7th place. And again, I want to reiterate, we're looking to end up in first place comfortably. So we have a long way to go on this journey. However, this is 2 weeks in a row that we're positive. We were up a bunch last week. We were up this week despite a disaster on Friday. So let's see if we can carry the momentum into next week. So good luck trading, everybody, this week, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.